Drop that thing. Drop the thing. Cannot contain anything in the object for present. Drop the thing. Yar! Drop the thing. What are you doing? Nothing? Nothing at all? Do not look at that suspicious-looking CD in the CD player. Don't pick it up. Oh, yar! You're listening to the CD of that Ice Princess that we just lost some Dungeoneers to, aren't you? Nope. You can't prove it either, matey. In fact, I was just thinking about swashbuckling and adventure and pieces of eight and yo-ho! It says here, Else presents chilled objects in frozen containers. The greatest hits. So, that's merely coincidental, matey. It's not mine. It's that Dungeoneer's over there. That Dungeoneer is dead. You're pointing to the graveyard. It's still theirs. You can't prove it anyway, matey. It's written in the Pirate's Code that you cannot interrogate a pirate about his musical preferences. Oh yeah, and which page is that on? Page 73, Article 5. Well, let's just have a look here and, it's there, isn't it? Are you sure somebody doesn't just write these things in for you so it's convenient? Nope! The Pirate's Code is a centuries-old codex that pretty much encapsulates every single situation that a pirate could be in. Even when someone's questioning them about their music preferences. Don't blame me, it's the Pirate's Code, laid down generation after generation, and sometimes bolstered with new additions or errata. Was this one of those errata? Avast! Look over there! It's an ice pirate! Run for your lives, Dungeoneers! I'm not turning around, you know. You're not? No, I'm just gonna watch you so that you can't get away. Blast. Blast indeed. Yar. Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play the Guild of Dungeoneering. And when last we left off, we tried to fight Else, the Ice Princess, and lost quite spectacularly the last time because we couldn't get a piece that would connect our route up to where she was. I believe that's pretty much the only reason why we didn't get at least a good attempt at trying to defeat her. And so for now, we're going to go and head over to Bay's Fortress, because why not go over to somewhere else? However, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to expand the guild a little. Primarily, we're going to have a look at getting some pretty good items. I think the armory here, the steel anvil, is going to be a pretty good thing to get, because there are a lot of armor items that we can get from that. 500 gold? Well spent indeed. Because we're going to be sending an Icecream Monk out to go and see what we can do over there. And without further ado, we'll use the Trickster's Favour here to get some slightly better loot choices, and move on to Bay's Fortress. And if we're lucky, we might not lose everyone, although I'm not counting on that. Let's go! Alright, the situation. Hey everyone! Welcome back to my fabulous palace. Thanks for joining me. No problem. We need to defeat one elk and one frost giant. Well, the elk is over there and the frost giant is over there. The frost giant has mundane and the elk has no such thing. If we can also get rid of this gelato cube, we can get access to that mega chest over there. And we most certainly want to go this way about it, because if we go that way, we'll connect up everywhere, and we really don't want to do that. So for now, we're just going to place this mountain goat. There we go. Some loot as well, if we manage to actually survive, which we may not. If successful, all of our cards are frozen. That is not good, so for now, we want to use this card, if only so that we can have another card to choose from. That is quite a good card to have in our possession. Alright, what do we want to do here? I think we want to use Scoop here, and get that bonus point of damage. And try our best not to, ooh, that's an interesting one. I think we could actually win here. There we go. We're going to try our best not to select a weapon or offhand item for as long as we possibly can, so that we can maintain the Way of the Scoop trait. Holy One, not so good. This one, pretty fantastic. There we go. Shout out to all my new followers. You are all now Sorbabes. Oh. Thank you. I don't think we're following you, but it's nice to be appreciated. We want to put as many of these low-level encounters around as we possibly can, just in case we need to get some more loot. Hello, Mountain Walrus. How are you? You're probably going to die quite soon, and using this right now is not really going to help us because of the one magic block card. I think we... Do we want that? I don't actually think we want that right now. We want more damage cards. There we go, like this one that we already had, but we might as well use now. Right, we want this one now to deal 2 more points of damage, and then we have the quick card for the next turn, right here, to finish the match off. Aha! Excellent. Any armor items? That's a good armor item there. That's also not a bad item. That is a really good item, but we will be losing a lot of things if we take it. So for now, we're going to have the corset here. Excellent. We could start making our way up there to see if we could take on the gelato cube, and we might as well see if we can do that. But for now, let's go fight a pygmy mammoth. There we go. Every new piece of equipment does help, and if nothing else, it gives us gold to navigate our way further along. And this is where having the scoop ability works quite well indeed. If successful, we discard a card. Well, we might as well use this one here, and, yeah, I was expecting that one to be discarded. Do we want to discard? No, we do not. We want to deal lots of damage, relying on the fact that one of these cards will deal, yep, at least 1 point. There we go! Marvellous. What do we have here? That is not very good, that is not very good, and that we don't want to lose the way of the scoop here, so we'll just, drop some gold. Did you hear something, Sorbabes? I think I heard a ruckus downstairs. You may have done so. But don't go and check, because we want to, maintain the element of surprise for as long as possible. And I think right now we just want to put a, piece of gold there, and, maybe a slushy elemental. Ooh, do we want a slushy elemental? Yes, we most certainly do, because they're really easy for us to defeat. Hello, Gelato Cube. How are you? You're about to die very, very quickly. And that is a lot of damage we're about to take. However, we're going to deal 4 points of damage back, putting you at half health. And now we're going to deal 3 more points of damage. I don't think there's going to be a way for you to kill us before that, yep. Did not think it was going to be possible. Marvellous. And now we have some really good loot choices. Like Doom Plate. Doom Plate is pretty good. If you would take exactly 1 point of damage, we prevent it completely. We'll take that. And now we need a good helmet. Ooh. Let's see here. That's no good. That's... Ooh, we get a lot of stuff from that, but it's not so good. And... Ooh, Swift 3. Is that worth getting rid of the Way of the Scoop for? And you know what? I actually think it might be. Because that's a really good card there. We're going to now get rid of Way of the Scoop now that we have a lot of really good items. And we're going to start making our way over to... Actually, I was going to say we're going to start making our way over there, but we currently can't because there's no way for us to do that. So we'll just end my turn here and fight this slushy elemental. The point of the Way of the Scoop for me is that you do need to pick a time at some point where you're getting rid of it. Do we want to use Insight here? I actually think we probably want to do this and deal some damage. Either way, we're going to draw a card, so that's a good thing. Do we want health, or do we want yet more of our stuff to be recycled? I think we want to cancel out the damage we're about to take. There we go. Excellent. There is a lot of damage coming our way, but there's also a lot of damage going their way too. Fleet-footed here is going to be quite good. The frail trait is certainly going to help us out. Unfortunately, you can't get rid of items once you get them, which is not especially fantastic, but fortunately we were quite capable of dealing with this, thanks to the trait that we just got from the Doom Plate. There we go. It doesn't matter if you do anything to our cards, because we were victorious. Ha-ha! That's not really going to help us out that much, and neither's that, and... Ooh, that would be decent, except we lose a lot of cards for doing so. We do gain 2 really good armor cards. Armor's actually a little more useful here, especially considering the fact that, yeah, we're gonna swap it out here. The armor cards are really good there. Alright, we can finally connect up there, which we're going to. And then we're going to use this gelato cube here, and this gem that's a little closer. And hopefully we'll be able to lure ourselves over to that encounter over there. We should be pretty okay, considering. There we go. Lots of damage. Also, that bulwark trait is really going to help out, because here, we don't need to worry about this. It is only 1 point of damage, after all. Aha! That is 2 points of damage, though, which is not really good, so we'll just use shift here, just to deal a little bit of damage and then draw a card. I think we've won! Haha! No ice monk will be beaten by a cube of gelato! No, sir. That's no good. That's actually not that bad. This, however, is a lot better. Miles better. We do gain 1 stupidity card, but we also get all of those other cards. And loads of massive gems here. Like, absolutely loads of them. We're not going to really have any problem luring our Dungeoneer over in this direction. And now it is the first encounter with a Frost Ogre. They are mundane. And there is that stupidity card. Fortunately, we can negate the damage that has been dealt there without any real problem. Oh dear, that's rather bad. That is a lot of damage, and we're going to use the repel card here to try and negate some of it. If successful, you gain conceal. I don't think so. Aha! That brace card is coming in handy already. Also, we want to get rid of some of our cards here, just so that we can block all of that damage too. Goodbye, Scoop! You were quite useful when we had you. We want to use counter here. The main reason being is that the bulwark card will help us out. And we don't have a way to deal with that necessarily, but insight will help us deal with the other point of damage so that we can draw yet another card. That is a really good card. We're going to keep that one. That is a lot of damage, however. That is a lot of damage. Do we want to, we want to deal some damage at the moment, because we haven't actually dealt much at all. That will just negate some of the damage, so that we only take 1 point, but we're still at a disadvantage. But now we can press home our advantage by having the focus card here. +1 magic damage. Ooh, that's a really good card to see right there. We have a choice of +2 physical, or plus, that'll actually deal all the damage in one go. Ha-ha! Have at thee! 6 points of damage. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that we're going to defeat this opponent here. And unfortunately, you're healing too, but we're dealing 4 points of damage. Aha! That mundane trait is not going to be what we're going to lose to. We're definitely not going to lose to this opponent either way. Victory! Aha! Ooh, scale mail. We don't want to gain health in instead of losing that bulwark trait. That bulwark trait is just way too good. Also, we don't want to lose any of this stuff, so just give us some gold. There we go. There is a way to connect up here, which we're most certainly going to do. Do we want anything in the way? I think we just want lots of gold. I think lots of gold here is going to be a really great idea. We could fight an ice cream elemental, but I really don't want to face that Alpine 5 card, so we're just going to end our turn here and navigate very slowly over to this elk. Hello there! We're heavily armed, with a piece of rock and a shell. Have at thee, elk! We shall hopefully be very victorious. I think Scoop here is a good card, just to cycle it out of our hand. And here is another such situation where this is not going to be successful at all, so we'll just get rid of this stupidity card right now. And I think Mind Strike is going to be good here. There's a bulwark trait most certainly helping us out. And once again, even more assistance from that. It's just a fantastic, fantastic ability. Here, however, we can't directly block all this unless we use this card, which then means we take 1 point of damage and get to draw. I think we're going to keep this card. Oh yes, that's a brilliant card. Not that we need to use it right now, we could just use this card and gain even more health. I'm a little disappointed with how easy this elk is so far. We use the counter card here just to block all of that, and we only need to deal 3 more points of damage. Well, let's use this card here. I suppose any card would have been useful there, but it's irrelevant which card that is ultimately picked there. I don't think we took a single point of damage. Hurrah! Victory!
3 cheers for your lucrative plundering, after all your aimless blundering. How you rode your luck without getting stuck. Left me and your enemies wondering.
And now we have our ranger back, which is very, very good indeed, but we're going to keep moving here into Bay's fortress. We need to reach the inner sanctum, and to be honest, I think the equipment that we had here was actually a really good selection. So we'll just head straight in and fight the next encounter. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? I imagine a lot could happen that's terrible, but we're going to try anyway. Ooh, a lot of difficult encounters. Oh, look, Sorbabes. Where? Today we've been joined by an Icecream Monk. Hello! How are you? I really don't think that she's happy to see us. Also, you're sluggish and you are frail. We really just want to head that way. We could go and fight this slushy elemental, which is actually not a bad idea. We'll do that and really not put anything else here, I think. We could put a yak-to-yak here, but that's a lot of magical attacks, when we're much better at dealing with, well, basically dealing physical damage. I really want to just face what I know I could probably defeat. I think you can take it too. Don't worry, I think you'll be just fine. Per blocked? I don't think so. That Mind Strike card is most certainly being useful already. And in fact, I think you're already dead. Aha! Marvellous. What do we have a choice of? That's a good card. That is just an inferior card to that one, and that one is just rubbish. So, we're going to take this one. Excellent. We could start building a route this way. I think that's a good idea. Definitely a good idea, but we don't want to put that one there just yet. Mainly because we don't want to make a path that will force our Dungeoneer to move that way. Also, that is a really bad fountain, so I'm glad I put that there. We'll use the scoop trait for now, or the way of the scoop rather, to deal a lot of damage, but we need to be very, very careful. The main reason we need to be careful is because we don't have a lot of direct damage at the moment. We could use this, though, to get more damage. Can we get a good card here? I suppose that's a pretty decent card. It'll give us some health, if nothing else. That, I think, is probably the best card to use here. It is putting a lot of damage directly, immediately on, but I think we only... Whoa! I was about to say we were nearly in trouble, but I think we can deal a lot of damage just now. Aha! Excellent! Level 3! Ooh, a nice selection of items. Well, I was going to say nice. I suppose we'll have a cooking pot. It's better than nothing. There are better things out there. I get this sometimes. Fans sometimes want to come by and get a snap of me. I don't think we want that. Don't worry, though. My Snowga won't let them in. We are going to avoid the Snowga, by the way. We're going to just head this way and avoid the Snowga. We could put a slushy elemental on the way, though. That seems like a good idea. Just getting a nice selection of items on the way to, getting towards the inner sanctum. Do we want to just deal some damage? Yeah, I think we do. I think we do. Marvellous. If successful, freezes our cards. Well, it's going to be successful, but we're only going to have 2 of our cards frozen, out of a possible of, I think we'll keep that. We only need to deal 2 points of damage, and we only need to deal 1 point of damage. But we could deal 2 points anyway. Aha! Excellent. Ooh, that's a pretty decent one, actually. That's much better. That is much better. We'll take that. Excellent. And now our ears are toasty and warm. And now we are not going that way. Apparently we're going that way. That's really, really bad. Unless we were to put a threat this way that we'll have to deal with. Then again, that means we'll then have to put a threat over there that we have to deal with. Unless we put a mountain walrus right here, which then means we have to fight that before we go to that fountain, because that fountain could potentially get us horribly, horribly, horribly killed. And I'd rather not get horribly, horribly, horribly killed. Although we may not get a choice in the matter, and we may get horribly, horribly killed. Ooh, healing. That's always useful. There we go. It's almost like your attack did absolutely nothing. Well, this one certainly is going to do absolutely nothing, mainly because we have countered all that damage. And the Way of the Scoop once more serves us well. Jada is nigh on indestructible! Do we want that? Actually, I don't think we do. That's nice, but I think we just want some gold. The reason why we want some gold is that it will lure us this way. And that is very, very important indeed. Being able to lure our Dungeoneer over in a particular direction is going to help us out here. Aha! The frail trade we're certainly going to take advantage of here with the Way of the Scoop. A 1 damage card becomes a 3 damage card, and we want to now heal back all the damage we're about to lose. There we go. Or rather, all the damage we're about to take. And I think 3 more damage will do quite nicely. We only need to deal 1 point now. And there is our 1 point. In fact, there is a lot more than 1 point, but one of it didn't get through. Not good. Not good. Not good either. Let's just take some gold, shall we? And use that gold to move all the way over here. There we go. A gold pouch. Aha! Loot is always good. And now we're going to go and move up here. There's no reason to fight any... No, you're not lost. You know exactly where you're going. To that shiny pouch of gold. But first, we need to go and deal with this Gelato Cube. And I think we've dealt with these many times before. I think drawing a card here is better. Definitely better. That's a really good card. Alright, what do we want here? We could just block all this damage, but I think 2 scoops here is the best thing to do. It's definitely dealing 3 points of damage for 2, which is... Whoa, we definitely need to use this card there. Oh yes, we do not want to take any of that. I think we need to get rid of Scoop here. I know it's a 3 damage card, but at the moment we need to deal a lot of, or rather heal a lot of damage back. Although some might say healing is less important than dealing damage, but we will get that card at some point. For instance, this version of it here, because I think we have 2 Scoop cards. And we'll just negate all of this damage here. There we go. And I think we can quite comfortably say that we have now reached the inner sanctum of Bay. Whoever Bay is, and just because it's an item that we can take, we'll take this one. Why not? In the end, it's all loot. Aha! It is not as nice as ice cream, but we're getting closer to it.
Here's to you, young Dungeoneer. You stood your ground and acted very brave. But how long before you feel the fear? And how long before you're in your grave?
Let's hope not in the near future, because we're doing quite well with this Dungeoneer, moving further and further into Bay's sanctum. And when we come back, folks, we will go and meet Bay. Are you going to meet Bay? Don't tell me you know who Bay is. I'm Bay's #1 fan, matey. I thought you were Elsa's #1 fan. Who? You know, the person you were listening to on the CD just 20 or so minutes ago? Never heard of her. But Bay, oh, I watch all the things that Bay does. I mean, what does Bay do? It's too hard to explain without you actually seeing it, and I've got the you can't even explain at all what Bay does, do you? It's very interesting, though. It's I could spend hours and hours watching it. Hours and hours? How long have you actually been watching it for? Hours, matey! Hours! Do not doubt a pirate's ability to keep time. Despite the fact that you have no timepieces at all, and all you had to rely on was the position of the stars and the sun, the sun is a pretty accurate timepiece, except when it's cloudy. Well, then you just sort of guess. So you can't tell me at all what Bay does. All I can tell you is that Bay... Can you get Bay's autograph for me? I'm not getting Bay's autograph. Oh, please! I would be so eternally grateful if you would get Bay's autograph for me. I could hang it on my wall. You don't hang anything on your wall except treasure maps. Well, I'm prepared to make an exception. I am most certainly prepared to make an exception for the autograph of Bay. I'm gonna hold you to that. You will? Does that mean you're going to get the autograph? I'm not going to promise anything just yet. I will sit here in anticipation, waiting for your return, Dungeoneers. Thank you very much. You've made a pirate very happy. Yar. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.